Next, we'll show you how easy it is to create an irrigation layout within Planner. Planner has a variety of irrigation symbols within the libraries, and to find these we can go to the Content Librarian under the Symbol tab, and then we'll click on the drop down and select Irrigation here. Now to start this plan, what we'd like to do is to drop a few heads across the back property line of this residence. So let's go to the Symbol Library, and we'll select the standard 2180. That's a standard head with a 20-foot radius and a 180-degree spray path. So let's go ahead and drag that up to the corner of the lot here and drop it there, and then we're going to right click and left click again to reselect it, and I want to rotate that, so we're going to select the blue triangle and click on it and then rotate it around 180 degrees. And then to create more of these, let's go ahead and do a right click on that and rubber stamp. And I'm just going to rubber stamp that same head across the back property line, like so. Okay, if I need to come down to the side here, what we can do is drag and drop another head just like that. And this one I need to go ahead and rotate again. And you'll notice when I rotate it, it wants to rotate in a 45-degree increment there, and that doesn't quite match the property line. So what we need to do is to hold down on the Shift key and rotate it, and when we do that, it rotates much more smoothly. So let's go ahead and drop it right there, like so. Okay, let's go ahead and move to our second row of sprinkler heads here, and to do so, we'll select the 360, that's a 20-foot radius and a 360-degree spray path. And this time, rather than use the rubber stamp, let's go ahead and use a different technique. We'll select the Symbol Array tool from the bottom of the Content Librarian, and that's with the head selected up here. And we'll go up to our edit bar, and what we need to do here is we need to set the distance between the center points of the heads to set the spacing. So let's go ahead and put a 28 feet distance there. And you'll see that when I click on the grid here, let's go ahead and set it down right here with the first click. And then as I move the mouse over, it automatically fills in behind me. And then when I click here, it sets those down like so. Okay, now that we have a few heads down, let's go ahead and place some sprinkler pipe. So we'll go to the all-in-one toolbar and select the landscape sprinkler pipe here. And first what we need to do is to name the zone. So I just simply want to call this one a zone 1. And if I want to select my sprinkler pipe type, I can do that in the drop down here. Let's go ahead and leave it at 1 inch. And we'll come up to our first head and we'll do a single click here. And then we'll drag our mouse over to the last head here, click there, and then I'm going to hit this one here with a click, and then I'm going to bring it down to a central location where we'll place a valve later on. Click there, and to set it down, we'll go ahead and do a right click, like so. Okay, now to place my next zone, we'll go ahead and call the next one a zone 2, and I'll come down to this first head, and I'll click. Move to the last one, and I'll click here, and then I'll go to the central location again and click again. I'll do a right click to set it down. Now if we want to check to see how much pipe we've laid down here, what we can do is go to the Inquire menu and select Drawing Properties, and then let's move down to the Irrigation Pipe Summary, and you'll see that my irrigation zone 1 is 1 inch PVC pipe, and I have 182 feet of pipe, and on zone 2 I have 102 feet of pipe. We'll go ahead and close that. Now if I wanted to, I could come over and I could place my connectors and my couplers on the drawing, but I can also do that pretty easily in Proposal, and it doesn't clutter up the screen quite as much if I don't place those couplers. But what we do need to do is to place other objects such as the valve. So we'll go ahead and drag a valve on to the each of the zones like so. Okay, if we need to place a water meter, we can do so like that. And let's go ahead and move to the top of our list here, and you can find the backflow preventer. Let's go ahead and place it here. And a controller, we'll go ahead and place it here. Pretty easy stuff. Now when you finish laying out all of your heads and your pipe and all the accessories, what you can do is you can print it a couple different ways. You can print it just the whole plan, including the plants and the irrigation system and everything, or you can turn the plant layers off and you can print it with just the irrigation layers and the property lines and the foundation and the hardscapes. And the way we do that is we come up here to our layer options icon on our toolbar, and we click on it, and you'll see here that we have a list of all of our layers that we have on this project. And what we can do is we can select the layers that we don't want to show up later on. So we can select the flower and the grass and the shrubs and the trees, and when we click on the light bulb, that disables that layer. Now if I have a layer that is bolded, like the irrigation is bolded, that means that that's the current layer. So if I come in and I try to turn that off, I cannot do that, or I cannot lock it. So what I need to do if I want to turn that one off is I need to set a different layer as the current layer. Like for example, if I want to set the legend as my current layer, I come up and I select set current, and that bolds the legend label there. And I am now able to come up and I can turn off the irrigation layer if I wanted to. So let's go ahead and turn that back on, and I'll click OK. And when I do that, you'll notice that the plants should disappear, and you're ready to print.